Let me begin by telling you it is an honor to be here, and it's an honor to be here with John Tester. John and I came into the Senate together, and together we are going to help lead this country into a very new direction with a very different set of national priorities that exist in the White House. I am also delighted that two of my former employees have gone out into the real world and have made good. Joel worked for me for a while as our communications director, and before him was David Sirota. And I want to thank them and Steve, for the work that they have done in helping to organize progressive states networks. And I'll tell you why what you're doing is very important. You may not have noticed it because it is invisible, but there is a curtain around the Capitol. And that invisible curtain is controlled and owned by very powerful and wealthy special interests. And that curtain keeps the voices of millions of working Americans from being heard within the Capitol, within the House, and within the Senate. And the antidote and the way to break down that curtain and that wall is to build a strong grassroots movement from one end of this country to the other. And those of you at the state legislative level are in the middle of that effort. You are closer to the people. The people can get in their car, get on their bike, they can talk to you, they can call you up on the phone, you are accessible. And when you hear their concerns that 47 million Americans have no health insurance and that we should move toward a national health care system, you can respond to that. And when you hear their concerns that we have a trade policy today that is dictated by corporate America, that is running up record-breaking deficits and costing us millions of jobs, you hear that, you see that, because those are your constituents who are losing their jobs. And you're hearing from our family farmers who are being driven off of the land because of low commodity prices. And you're talking to single moms and working families that can't afford quality child care for their kids, or can't afford to send their kids to college. They are your neighbors. And what we have got to do over a period of time, and what you are doing very, very importantly, is letting the whole world know that every issue that you are dealing with is a national issue, that every issue that we are dealing with in the Senate is a local issue. There is no separation. And when state legislatures all over the country say that we've got to end the war and bring our troops home, trust me, that resonates into the United States Senate. The simple truth of the matter is that the agenda that we commonly share, that speaks toward radical changes in our national priorities, ending tax breaks for billionaires, while families in America can't afford health care or educational opportunity, that is a right-wing extremist agenda that does not reflect in any way, shape, or form what the American people feel. In my view, the American people want radical changes in national priorities. They want government to work for all of the people rather than the wealthy and the powerful who for so long have dominated what goes on here in Washington, D.C. Our views are mainstream American views. I don't want anybody here to think that the ideas that we are talking about, bringing the troops home from Iraq, health care for all of our people, changing our trade policies, ending tax breaks for billionaires so that we can adequately fund educational opportunity for all of our kids. Those are not radical ideas. They are mainstream American ideas. The radical extremist ideas are allowing Bush to continue the war in Iraq indefinitely. That's extremist. The radical extremist ideas are giving tax breaks to billionaires while poverty in America gets higher and higher. So what we have got to do together, and that's why what Joel and David and all of you have done, Steve have done, so importantly, is you're breaking down the divisions, the artificial divisions that currently exist between local government, state government, and the federal government. We are all in it together. We cannot do what you want us to do unless you mobilize people at the grassroots level. You cannot do what you want us to do unless we are working together. So what you have started to doing with this organization is extremely important. I congratulate you for all the work you've done, for the successes that you have already had, and I am confident that as the years go on, you will grow and you will have more and more success. Thank you all very much.